Hey guys, welcome back to Games and Stories. We just finished doing the review for Gothic 1 and finished Gothic 1 as well. So now we're gonna continue the story and jump right into Gothic 2, The Night of the Raven, which is a direct sequel to Gothic 1. So without further ado, let us begin the story.
A single prisoner altered the fate of hundreds, but he paid a high price for it. He defeated the sleeper, destroyed the barrier, but while all the other prisoners escaped, he remained behind in the rubble. It was I who dispatched him against the sleeper. Now it is I who brings him back from there. He is weak and has forgotten much, but he is alive. He's back.
There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with.
What new threat?
After the fall of the barrier and the banishment of the sleeper, Beliar's wrath has grown even greater. A mighty artifact, so it is written in the old scriptures, will be brought back to this world when the god of darkness sends his henchmen out to search. This search has long since begun. Beliar's henchmen are desecrating the oldest shrines of the gods. The guardians of these holy places have awakened, and their wrath makes the earth tremble. Every powerful magician on this island can sense this wrath. And some of them have certainly begun to face the threat. You must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The sleeper
Has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come!" And they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Corinus. and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
Well, then let's hurry to get out of here.
If we flee now, then it's only to face the dragons later. With the help of the soldiers and the magicians who live around here, we can stop them before their army is completely formed. We're not going to get a better chance.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have here. Look around in my tower. Anything that looks useful to you, you can have.
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Corinus, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us. And once you have talked to him, you need to find the artifact of Beliar. It is the counterpiece to the Eye of Innos. It must not fall into the hands of evil.
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons. The most important being, you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
How can I get to the city?
Just follow the path from here through the mountains. The city is large. You cannot miss it, but watch out. The path to town is not without dangers, and you aren't nearly as strong as you once were.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack around here. So first thing that I should mention is that Gothic 2 is the successor to Gothic 1. It's made in the same engine. Now, there is something I need to quickly control action. Okay, and right control.
What with?
Okay, so needed to change the keybind real quick. So a few things we need to unpack. We're in Xardas' tower right now. It's in the same engine. It's clearly had a graphical upgrade. Everything looks beautiful. And I do want to mention that, and I'm kind of annoyed, to be honest. We're gonna loot Xardas' tower while I talk. I'm kind of annoyed that it's been 2 weeks, right? So we were trapped in the temple for 2 weeks, and Xardas clearly had enough time to build himself a nice cozy tower up here. So this is exactly like the tower he had in Gothic 1. So you're telling me Xardas, that had so much power on his hands to teleport into the Sleeper's Temple, out of the Sleeper's Temple, his priority was clearly to build himself a beautiful new home. Like, come on, he has a fireplace, the fire is roaring. It's really freaking annoying, and it's freaking annoying that you don't even have a dialogue option to talk to him about that.
I don't have a lockpick or the key.
All the key is here, so we're just gonna steal everything Xardas has. So our nameless hero, we have a light scroll, some lockpicks, okay, and a dagger. Our nameless hero looks slightly different. His clothes are slightly different. But we're gonna equip our heavy branch because it somehow does more damage than a dagger, I guess. Now we can actually interact with a lot more stuff in Gothic 2, by the way. So we're gonna read some book stands. You guys can pause the video right here if you want to read. So yeah, God, it's so freaking frustrating. So I've read this 1,000 times. You can read it if you want. It's basically a sort of a text tutorial on the world. This is some potions recipes, and I think we also have more mana recipes and how to take stuff from animals. But we know all of these things from Gothic 1. Now this is small history about the harbor city of Corinus. Okay. And each time we read a new book stand we have not read, we also get 25 experience. So it's a really cool reward for, you know, reading books. Now, up here we have a shrine to Beliar. So, quick spoiler: if you wanna pray to a shrine to Beliar, you can sacrifice some parts of your main stats, like your hit points or your mana, and he'll give you some gold. And it's really not worth it. Never do that, to be honest. It's really not worth it at all, because we're gonna get gold, we're gonna get money in this game, and lots of it, and we have stuff to buy. We can spend it on a lot of things. And yeah, let's just talk to Xardas a bit more, see what he has to say. But first, let's he has an interesting old stone tablet here. Let's try to...
I can't read that.
So it's in a script we do not understand, and I'm not an expert really, but this is clearly an ancient language. Is this it's not cuneiform, it's what, Sumerian, Akkadic, Indian? I have no idea. Ancient Indian. If somebody's an expert, feel free to enlighten me. Now let's talk to Xardas a bit.
Can you tell me anything about this stone tablet?
First, I suspected it might be a magical artifact, but I finally concluded that it is not of any great significance. I have not been able to decode the meaning of this tablet entirely, but it seems to concern the history of a very old culture. If you want the tablet, it's yours. I have no use for it.
So Xardas clearly had enough time to collect tablets and study them instead of actually rescuing our ass from the temple. Which means he's kind of an asshole. He's kind of a self-interested asshole, and the only reason we got saved was because he needs us again.
Where exactly are we?
As I already said, near the city of Corinus. I have rebuilt my tower here.
But it's only been a few days since we last saw each other in the Valley of Mines.
The servants I summoned to build my tower have done a thorough job.
You can say that again.
So he had time to summon servants as well instead of saving us.
Where can I find better equipment?
The closest place where you can get better weapons and armor is the city of Corinus. But down in the valley you can find some healing herbs that will help you if you get injured in a fight. See the lake right in front of my tower. A secret passage leads to the valley from there.
I just want to reopen the conversation
Hey,
from
you!
a different angle because I don't want to stare at his robe.
Why is the Circle of Fire not supposed to know about you?
I used to be a high member of the Circle. Even then I suspected that demon magic might be the key to the magic barrier. But I could never have convinced the other members of the Circle to follow this path. So I left the Circle in order to study the black arts. That is a crime for which the fire magicians, the ordained of Enos, the ever good and virtuous, will accept no excuse. They are certain that I'm still alive, but they have no idea where to find me, and that's a good thing too.
So what should we do next?
We shall proceed as planned. There's no other way. You can go get yourself the Eye of Enos, and I shall keep looking for answers.
So this is an interesting... he has been doing experiments on zombies, it seems. So he had time to do experiments on zombies. He had time to somehow teleport himself an entire collection of books. And by the way, this is not his old tower. He has constructed a new tower, if you are curious. So he didn't magically teleport his entire tower from Gothic 1. No. Okay, you can read. You can pause here and read this one. Now, we begin the game again at level 1, and it kind of makes sense how. I really like the background explanation because we were basically trapped for a couple of weeks. The magic inside our armor, the ore armor we had from Gothic 1, kept us alive, and we're at level 1 and all our stats are low again. Now you can see we have some different skills from Gothic 1. So we have the basic stuff. Strength, dexterity, mana, one-handed, two-handed bows, crossbows. The thief skills, but now we have create runes, alchemy, forging weapons, and also trophy taking. Now, here is the first secret in the game. You can see how this brick has a different texture, and now we have raised Xardas's little grate. Now, you can see he also had mana potions. Xardas had mana potions. He literally had no excuse for not teleporting us. He had all the time in the world. Now, I really wish in the remaster if they would make a dialogue. If they ever remaster Gothic 2, I mean, they should make a dialogue option where you can confront Xardas about him not saving you exactly after the temple collapsed. I could accept like an explanation among the lines of I couldn't pinpoint your location precisely, or there was too much magical interference after the barrier collapse. Anything, man. Or even an explanation like, I don't give a shit about you. I only need you to stop the dragons. That's it. I'm Xardas. I don't know why I'm making him like a mustache twirling villain, but yeah. But instead we get nothing. And look at this tower. Like, he has supplies. He has a lot of supplies. I'm guessing there's food and stuff in these chests. Gold? Yeah, sure. I will take your gold. I will definitely take everything that is not nailed down, Xardas. I'd steal your bed and chairs and tables if I could. Now these are different plants. The plants are named. They have different names now in Gothic 2. So fortunately, they actually give us one of each of these plants in the game, so we can analyze them and see what we can pick up in the game, which is kind of a smart, intelligent design, if you ask me. Now there is a bit of gold hidden here, just one gold coin or a couple of coins. It doesn't really matter that much, but anything in the beginning helps, because we're dirt poor right now. Xardas clearly has a lot of stuff. I'm guessing it's the stuff we sold him from Gothic 1. Now, let's... first thing I want to do, so let's look at our inventory. So, the interface is slightly different. This is the entire inventory, so there are no more columns or things to separate your inventory, like weapons, armor, magical stuff. No, everything is in one giant box. So, navigating the inventory can sometimes be difficult. Now, since we're playing the Knight of the Raven version, we also have belts, and this is a belt that gives us 5 strength points, which is awesome. So, what plants are valuable? The most valuable plants are these ones, these that permanently improve your stats, like strength, dexterity, mana, and so on. Never, ever, ever do we have a King Sorrel. We do not have a King Sorrel, unfortunately. Okay, so never ever just eat these exactly off the bat. Now we're gonna off the bat, I mean, not a bath, a bat, like a baseball bat. Come on, I know English, for fuck's sake. So let's go to the second secret, and the second secret is exactly up here, to the right of Xardas's. Okay. So the second secret is exactly behind Xardas' tower. It's not much, it's a few scrolls and I think some gold. Should be an unfortunate soul. I said an unfortunate soul. Here is the unfortunate soul. Okay. So he dropped mana potion, a couple of scrolls, nothing really fancy. Take extra care not to fall down because, you know, there is a ledge here and you can fall down into the valley. So Gothic 2 has way more secrets in the game. And I'm not joking, I will do um, a full video dedicated to all the secrets in Gothic 2. And honestly, I think there are about 100 secrets in this game. It's freaking amazing just how many secrets Piranha Bytes managed to put into their game. Now, these are mushrooms, digger's meat. They restore hit points. And the dark mushrooms, the small ones, if you eat 50 of them, they will increase your maximum mana by 5 points. So, oh yeah, full disclosure, we are going to become a magician slash hybrid fighter in this game. And let's save the game because I realized I have not saved my game. And our first enemy is gonna be a goblin. Now we can handle a goblin. No, you don't, my friend. Okay, he had a heavy branch and another heavy
Nothing
branch.
to plunder.
And some gold coins. Now we can hear more goblins in the cave over yonder, near the lake, and this is a very beautiful lake. Now over here is, I'm not sure if this should qualify as a secret, but yeah, let's classify it as a secret. Why not? Because we have some arrows and a bow over here, and a couple of scrolls as well, some potions. So everything is amazing in the beginning, right? When we have nothing, every little bit of loot is beautiful. It's just freaking beautiful. God, I'm so excited. I've been waiting to play this game for such a long time. Well, replay it, but you know what I mean. So we have a short bow. We're gonna equip the short bow. Anything else we can equip? No. Okie dokie. So let me tell you what we're gonna do in this playthrough. We are going to become a mage. And let's see, what else are we gonna do? Oh, at some point in the game, now I know some of you might disagree with this philosophy, but I will turn on the potion keys for mana. And potion keys basically are disabled by default. I don't want to die. No, thank you. Okay. Whew, that was close. Now, potion keys basically are hotkeys in which if you press them, your hero drinks a potion without the animation. Okay, so normally you drink a potion exactly like in Gothic 1. The hero just basically chugs it. Now let's, what can we do? Okay, we can eat, woodland berries are not used for anything, so we can always eat them. I will tell you about the value of every item, if you really need it, if you do not need it, and so on. And up here we have, if I'm not mistaken, we have 3 goblins. Now this is normally a more difficult fight. You're not supposed to take it early on. But what we can do is just do a little bit more damage, do a little bit of damage to one of them. Okay, and I'm lagging, and I do not. Okay, so sorry about that. Just had a little bit of lag because my antivirus had some background scanning to do, and sometimes an antivirus acts like a virus. In the sense that you can't really control what it does. Now, what we want to do is just drag 1 or maybe 2 of them. And if there's too many of them, we can always climb up here. Now, 1 is dead. Okay. And this was almost a flawless fight in the sense that we actually managed to do it from the very beginning. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm gonna play with potion keys on. Now, let me tell you why. Normally, I don't like stuff like that because it kind of feels cheaty. But since
Nothing
we
to be
are
had there.
gonna become a mage, and random question, but there was an extra branch somewhere, right? Oh, okay. I wasn't hallucinating. Okay. The reason I'm gonna do that is because normally if you wanna play the game regularly as a mage, in the beginning you're gonna cast a couple of spells, then you have to go in inventory, drink a potion, and by that point the enemy will have already covered the distance towards you. And it's a very tedious way to play the game, especially since in Gothic 2 you get no, there are no mana regenerating abilities, so you can regenerate mana in combat. There's something like that in the Elhiver mod. Okay, more gold. So this is our reward for clearing them, and it's a very good reward. Okay, anything else? And a chest, which is fortunately not locked. Has an okay. Now the apple is actually the best reward in this one. So what do apples do in Gothic 2? If you eat 25 apples, your strength will increase by one permanent point of strength for every 25 apples you eat. And that's really good. So we're gonna stock up our apples, we're gonna stock up our dark mushrooms, and at one point we're gonna have a huge eating session when we're gonna be wounded, because I don't wanna waste them. Now here we have a couple of field raiders, which are giant bugs, scary bugs. These used to scare the crap out of me as a kid, but they're not really as dangerous, even though they seem really big. They're actually not that dangerous, but we are very squishy. So
Nothing to be had there.
the hero also has some dialogue now when something. Okay. Their hitbox is also way wider than you would assume, so you can actually, when you fight them, you should swing at a certain distance. Even if it doesn't seem like the hit is going to connect, it most likely will. It's easier with a two-handed sword, to be honest, and we're going to go basically magic, two-handed swords in this playthrough, and it can be done. I'll show you how it's done. Even though we're playing Knight of the Ravens, we normally have fewer skill points to spend. So unlike Gothic 1 and Gothic 2, we need to specialize. The game is not going to give you enough skill points for everything, which is really cool because this is an RPG. And this, by the way, is beautiful, beautiful vegetation. I just love it. I love the vegetation in Gothic 2. Okie dokie. Now I quickly want to check this corner, because in this corner there's going to be some more stuff. So so here's the general rule for Gothic 2. If you're going to play Gothic 2, explore every corner. Explore every... let's see if I can just pump the brightness just a tad, maybe 148. Okay. I think it was a bit too dark. Okay. So always explore, because the game has a lot of secrets, and the devs really put a lot of love and care when they designed the game. Now I hear a wolf. There's a campfire in the distance, and Lester. Now we have to be very careful here, because I specifically remember a wolf, a young wolf somewhere around here, and yep. Okay, couple of wolves even. Okay, even more interesting, a couple of young bulls that have killed a giant rat. And we actually killed that young wolf with a critical hit. That's amazing. That almost never happens. Our critical hit chance, by the way, in the beginning is 10%. Enemies are way better at dodging your hits now, by the way, so their AI has been improved. Okay. Kill the giant rat, kill the young wolf. Now, this is an old friend called Lester, but I think we're actually approaching the 30-minute mark. So, Lester, let's just save the game, right? Where should we save the game? Slot 19, let's save here. Lester! Our old friend Lester from the colony. Now, I think we're gonna end the video right here. So thank you guys for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next episode when we talk to Lester. I hope you guys are gonna have a wonderful day, and if it's gonna be one of those bad days, I want to wish you the strength and wisdom to overcome it, because sometimes that's just enough. So, see you guys in the next episode, and remember, the most important story in life is your own. And if you like the video and want to see more, you can always help me by supporting the channel. You can always buy me a coffee. The link is in the video description. And there's also a Patreon I have if you want to help out. So, till next time, cheers guys.